Welcome back to AWS On Air. I am your friendly neighborhood CloudFormation DA, and I'm joined here with my friend Steve.
Hey, I'm Steve Roberts, the developer advocate for .NET and PowerShell, aka the Brit.
The
Like
Brit.
that?
Yeah. And we're joined here with Jeff, and he's going to tell us about some cool things. So Jeff, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what we're talking about.
Hey everyone, I'm Jeff Maruschek. I'm a senior solutions architect for the DoD Air Force team, and I do a lot of work outside of the DoD with IoT. And so for here at the DC Summit, I'll be facilitating 2 builder sessions that revolve around the AWS IoT services.
That's very cool. Very cool. So you're going to be doing a couple builder sessions and around here at the live event, right?
Yeah. So tomorrow, all the builder sessions are happening tomorrow. And so what's neat is that builder sessions are a newer kind of format for these summits. We've probably all done a workshop before, and those are 2-hour sessions that like maybe have 50 to 100 people, but a builder session is down to 60 minutes, but limited to 6 to 10 people, and giving you that one-to-one relationship with an AWS builder, so you can sit down, dive deep, and get to building in a more closed situation, like one-to-one situation with an AWS expert.
So these are still hands-on sessions, right? You're actually doing something in those sessions.
Yeah, so we request that everyone bring their own laptop, and usually you're provided with your own test AWS account that lasts for probably 8 to 12 hours, where you'll actually walk through a workshop. All the directions will be provided for you, and you walk out of there building something.
Yeah.
Oh, so if you don't finish in the builder session, you could still go and finish up like later on. You're not just cut off.
Yeah, absolutely. So your test account, depending on how it was set up, might expire probably in that day, but the workshops are live, and so you can go to the workshops website and either use your own AWS account or possibly talk to your AWS team and maybe get another test temporary account to do these with.
I love this. Like going beyond theory and actually just trying something with your hand and building.
Yeah.
This is truly cool.
Yeah.
So I understand you have a demo for us today.
Yeah, well, so let's talk about both of those builder sessions. So I mentioned they were IoT related. So the first one is around IoT SiteWise. Now, IoT SiteWise is the AWS service that is used to collect, manage, and organize data from the connected factories, so industrial machines. Like think of CNC machines or laser cutters, water cutters. And so what we're going to be doing is, a lot of times, to build these dashboards with SiteWise, first of all, you have to get data. And the cool thing about this builder session is when you start off, within 5 minutes, you're going to have data coming into your AWS account to start playing around with it, creating dashboards, and et cetera. If we want to move over to my screen right now, we can show you.
Yeah, let's take a look.
What we have coming in, this is, if you came to the builder session, within 10 minutes, this is where you would be. And you can see we're in the IoT core service. We're looking at the MQTT test client. We've already subscribed to a CNC machine, and you can see live data coming in. Now, it's simulated data, but we can pretend that this is a CNC machine that's idle right now, and it's stopped. There's no vibration, no pressure, no speed. And we can see this change, I think, every minute. Okay, so it's spinning up, there's some pressure. So this is the starting point. A lot of times, like I said, it's hard to get this data. Not everyone has a CNC machine that's, number one, has all these sensors. But now with the IoT device simulator, we can play around with some of these dashboards. So just wanted to let everyone know, the whole point of this builder session is to build a dashboard to get this data. And I don't want people to be kind of intimidated, like, where am I going to get this data? I'm going to have to build all this stuff. No. We have the hard part done for you at this builder session, and we can play with the dashboards and get to the fun part pretty quickly.
Wow, very cool.
So what are they going to use just generally to build the dashboard if they would take this builder session? So we're providing them with the data. What services or...
Yeah, so the data's coming into IoT Core, and then we build the dashboards in IoT SiteWise.
I'd say so. Oh, the actual dashboard's in IoT SiteWise?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
I didn't realize it did dashboards.
Yeah, so
see, we learn something every day up on the stage. It's just great.
Yes.
Yeah, IoT is the most popular thing happening that no one really talks about. So.
I promise I will go and read up on it later.
Yes.
So if you want to talk about the next
I
builder
do, because
session.
I'm interested in this gizmo you have on the stage here.
Yeah, let's go over here. Where did that go?
Wow.
Sorry, doing some alt tabbing here.
Kinesis video streams. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I'm excited.
Oh, here we go.
Ah,
Yeah, so
there we go.
this
There's
is
our
funny.
lights.
So if you guys are seeing this, I have a Raspberry Pi right in front of here. Sorry, the top is off, but I had to get the actual Raspberry Pi ribbon camera. And so we have a builder session and actually an AWS workshop that's built around our Kinesis video streaming service. And so, number one, you're going to come to this builder session learning what KVS does, what the two flavors of it, and you're going to have all the directions to build something like this. So if we want to move to my computer, it might already be there. But so I have this camera, and it's live streaming.
There's
Yeah.
proof. There we go.
It's live streaming to the AWS console. So this isn't, I'm not piped into the video system here. The guys on the board, they're not mixing this in. This is being sent through the cloud through my hotspot. And so Kinesis Video Streams is a service to collect and analyze video streams to either play back later or actually act on in real time. So this builder session for KVS is going to be able to give you the directions to build this. Now, we don't expect everyone to come here with a Raspberry Pi and the Raspberry Pi V2 ribbon camera. So the builder session's actually going to be building this with our Cloud9 service, so simulating a video. And there's actually, the KVS SDK has a simulated video that you can send to the service, and that's primarily what the builder session is going to be. We'll be setting that up, downloading the repository, making a few changes, so then you can get the experience of doing it, and then when you go home, if you do have a Pi, the different Raspberry Pi directions are already in the workshop, and you can continue from there.
Nice.
So how long do these workshops usually last?
So usually we have a hard time trying to get them in under 60 minutes. So a lot of times, for example, the SiteWise builder session tomorrow, there's actually 4 big steps, and with only 60 minutes, we only get through the first 2, and then kind of let the students continue on their own, saying if you want to check how to do this with Amplify on a mobile app, that's step 4. If you want to try and see how IoT Core uses X509 certificates instead of just copying and pasting a bunch of session codes and everything like we do really quick, well, that's step 3. So the builder sessions will get you started, and you'll be able to continue, like you guys said, even later that day, or next week or next month when something comes up you want to play with it. You'll have the links to the workshops.
These sound cool. They sound way more than just sitting, listening about something. We're actually getting hands-on with the data provided, or the simulation like Cloud9.
Yeah, so hands-on with an AWS expert in the room that you can talk to, and sometimes some of the students will help each other out. So you have really 7 people around a table doing the same thing, helping each other out, and that's what's really cool about the builder session. Now, the workshops are a little bit bigger, and they take a little bit longer. I remember my first reInvent, I did a workshop where we simulated a theme park, and we created an API to take our picture and put a roller coaster behind us. It was really cool. It took 2 hours. And there was 100 people there. It was a little bit more in depth. These builder sessions are a little bit more simpler or quicker, something you can do in 60 minutes, but still have that one-on-one time with an AWS expert.
They sound more focused.
Yeah.
From an audience perspective, and to get you working straight away.
Yeah.
Cool. So this is absolutely awesome. If you're at the summit, if you're not at the summit, and obviously we would love you to come to a summit. If you're not at the summit, how can people get involved with this?
Yes. So actually, we have some links I think are going to get thrown into the chat right now on Twitch. Those are public links to these 2 builder sessions that anyone can go to. And like I said, all you need is an AWS account, and you can run these through. Even if you are using your own account, the cost would be probably under $1. Don't quote me to that, but very low cost things. I think most of the time they'll be part of the free tier, but check those links. But you can also go to workshops.aws, and there's a ton of workshops under that listing, and you can search by Lambda, by serverless, by infrastructure as code. There's a ton of workshops there. Like you said, if you can't make it out to a summit, you can go check those out as well.
But we would love you to come out to a summit.
We would love to have you come out to us.
Yeah,
So tomorrow, those summits are tomorrow. The builder sessions are tomorrow morning. They start at 9 and go, I think, most of the afternoon. So the SiteWise is at 9:20. The KVS one is at 10:30, I believe. So yeah, all morning long you can come out.
Awesome.
Very cool.
All right. So we have a couple of minutes left. Is there anything else that we want to say to enthuse people to try these out? If you're not already enthused, that is.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'd probably leave people with, if you hear IoT all the time and maybe you think that's something that's not that important, just want to leave you with the fact that we all have, chances are everyone has IoT somewhere in their home, because most of their, not only the robotic vacuums or your refrigerator that tells you how many times a day you've opened the door, but you notice there's not a lot of power reader meeting, or like the people walking around through your yard checking your power meters. That doesn't happen too much anymore, because those are all connected usually with LoRaWAN, and those are some really cool uses of IoT that no one really talks about. So whenever you see when you see odd antennas in the middle, like behind trees, I always tell my wife, I'm like, that's IoT right there. So like,
you've got me thinking now. I've never actually considered the fact that I don't see the people walking around my house with the meters anymore. I'm like, wait a second.
yeah, if you know your power meter, you should be able to, sometimes they blink up with an IP address.
Yeah.
And so if it's not wireless, it's sometimes LoRaWAN, so long-range, low-powered kind of Wi-Fi. So.
Wow. So it's in his lab. You don't have to be an expert in IoT or video, right? I mean, you can just...
Well, no, and so that's what's interesting with streaming video. I mean, we have the whole crew here to make this streaming video. I do some YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I know it's hard. You have to learn codecs. You have to learn who your audience is, how it's going to stream, but the KVS video service makes it easy, and that's what you're going to learn. Anyone can walk through this workshop and have a better understanding on how KVS solves those problems of when you need to stream data, store data, retrieve video streams. So.
Yeah. Awesome. Very cool. Wow.
So yeah, I'm just going to keep streaming you guys.
Yeah.
Let's stream some more. Let's prove we're live. Yeah.
What's interesting, now that I've been able to play with it, you see if I keep it steady, you can see the compression happen, but then you move a little bit, and you can see the blockiness come on, and then you let it, so, I mean, we're seeing some compression, and this is a $20, $40 Raspberry Pi, $10 camera, so just going over, so it's just really the basics to learn the service, in a controlled setting with an AWS expert to help you out. And hopefully this gets people excited to learn more. Mm-hmm. So being able to, like, you guys just saw me bring a Raspberry Pi with a camera, and this is pretty cool. So now you guys, it's worked on you. I can tell it's already. You guys are at least want to learn some more.
When I first saw it, I was like, I've got to have this thing.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I got to have it.
So yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. So the builder sessions will be tomorrow. It's tomorrow to attend. They don't have to have a background in any one of these. Anything else you want to tell us?
Make sure you bring a laptop.
Okay.
And get ready to learn. Yeah, I think that's all I got. And have fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's time to run out and get a Raspberry Pi and a camera if you want. Now, it's only tested on the V2 ribbon camera, but if you have time tonight, grab that Raspberry. I will help you build this streaming video with KVS tomorrow.
He'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be there. Cool. Yeah, and actually there's 4 sessions. If you look at the session catalog, there's T1, T2, T3, and T4. And there's 4 of us building that because the sessions are only 6 to 7 people, 6 to 10 people. So I'm at T1 for this session, but my colleagues are the different tables, and just come on out and join the session.
All right.
Great. Well, all right. Well, thanks, Jeff, for joining us. That was really cool to hear about.
Yeah, it was really nice for you guys to invite me on, and I appreciate it. And maybe next time we can talk some more RC cars.
Yes, I do love RC cars.
I mean, me and you should go over to the Deep Racer thing.
I've been trying to tell him that all day.
I've been trying to get there all day.
I'm in the IoT TFC, so I can't be part of the pit crew for Deep Racer, but let's try something. We'll try to get me and you on there for next year.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. Okay, well, I think that brings us to the end of our live sessions for today, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we will be back here tomorrow with the full crew. We'll see you real soon. Bye for now.